It's July and it's hot.
It's really hot.
Like frying egg on a sidewalk hot.
Like you can't even touch the steering wheel kind of hot. But we got a plan.
Operation Big Chill. We're planning our escape today on
Vida.
Yeah.
I'm sweating already. Hey, welcome back to Vida. I'm JR and Vanessa.
And I'm Vanessa Ramirez. And Phoenicians are pretty tough when it comes to the weather.
Yeah. In the winter here, temperatures can dip into the 50s.
Brr, that's too cold for me.
Yeah, but summers, man, they are brutal.
And of course, you can escape to the mountains or take a trip to the ocean, but that's not always possible. So you gotta get creative and come to a place just like this.
Mm-hmm. And rumor has it, this place is pretty cool.
Woo!
Woo! Welcome to Polar Play. This place is located inside the Odyssey in the Desert Entertainment District, and it's a chilly 23 degrees in here. Yeah,
it's a perfect place to escape from what's out there. I mean, but don't get me wrong, us Phoenicians love our heat.
Yes, we do, Vanessa, but we like our heat in a bowl with the side of chips, maybe a little guac.
Now I'm hungry.
Take a look at this.
When you put chips and salsa on a table, people just swarm to it, you know? It's the #1 condiment in the U.S. You can be from anywhere and anybody loves it.
Like if you're get home from work, you're hungry, but you don't want to cook anything, chips and salsa, great.
You want a nice, light, crispy chip with just a little bit of salt on it? Perfect.
There you go, everybody loves salsa.
This is the 34th annual My Nana's Best Tasting Salsa Challenge, and all proceeds benefit the Arizona Hemophilia Association. We're a nonprofit for the state of Arizona that provides care and programs and services for those with chronic bleeding disorders. So all the proceeds here today go to support kids and adults living with chronic bleeding disorders in the state of Arizona. The contestants that come out here, most of them are individuals who just have this homemade salsa that they've made for years, and people have just told them, hey, you should take this and see if other people like it and come out to the salsa challenge. And what's great about it is there's this feeling out here because all these contestants care, they want to make a difference, and they're getting to have fun and getting to showcase their salsa while they're really doing something for a great cause.
I'm Lisa Denton, and this is Salsa Patron. The hot salsa has got a nice, great flavor, and it's a nice, constant warm. It's not too hot to where it burns you just right off the bat and just keeps stinging. And our mild salsa is great on tacos, nachos. I kind of like the saying of, do I eat chips and salsa until you run out of chips? Or do I die eating my chips and salsa first? It's kind of addicting.
Hi, I'm Carlos Gonzalez, and this is Gallito Salsa, meaning little rooster. It's the nickname my mom gave me when I was a kid. So she liked collecting roosters, so she would always call me Gallito, and so that's, you know, a little ode to mom. I don't like when I taste the salsa and it just burns your tongue off. So I like to give it a little flavor first, some nice smokiness up front, some nice garlic flavor, cilantro, and then you get that nice sweetness from the tomato. And then you get that nice kick at the end, so it's not overpowering.
Hi, my name's JC Juarez, and I'm here with Boo Boo's Bang Bang Salsa. My wife and me were trying to think of a name for it, so we named it after our little boy. His nickname's Boo Boo, so he started calling it Boo Boo's Bang Bang Salsa one day, so like, stuck. First bite into it, you're gonna get that sweetness, you're gonna get that mango flavor, you get that tomato, little cilantro. When you're finished chewing it, you get that bite of either the jalapeno, the serrano, or the tapin chilies that I put in there.
It's really nice to know that we're helping the Hemophilia Association.
It makes you feel better when you're giving back.
You can't go wrong with that. Salsa and donations, you know, and margaritas over there too, so you can't go wrong with that one either.
My Nana's Best Tasting Salsa Challenge is our largest fundraiser. We rely on the funds from this in order to be able to provide for kids who have these conditions and make their lives better.
Ah, Vanessa, I think I saw some steam coming off of you when we walked in here.
Well, yeah, think about it, JR. It's an 87-degree difference from outside.
Yeah, let's not think about that right now.
Nah.
No. Look, I can see my breath.
Yeah.
And I can smell it too.
Ooh, go that way.
Wait, we'll be back with more Su Vida right after this.
Keep it that way.
It's the coffee from this morning.
Su Vida is brought to you by Chicanos por la Causa. Join the cause for change.
Welcome back to Su Vida. We're hanging out at Polar Play in Scottsdale, and joining me is the genius behind it all, Eddie. Now, Eddie, I gotta ask you, how did you come up with this concept?
It was an interesting situation. My owner came to me about an opportunity of opening up an ice bar out here in Arizona. I thought she was crazy in the beginning, but now I took it to that next step, and we brought the nice old cold air out here to Arizona.
All right, so it's 110 degrees outside. What's the temperature in here?
It's 23 degrees in here.
Wow, so tell me about all the ice sculptures.
So there's tons of ice sculptures in here. There's tons of them inside the ice, so it gives you an opportunity to take a lot of pictures and have fun, so you can kind of put it out there on social media.
Okay, so this is a place for families and adults. What do you have for the kids?
The kids, we have an iClick game that's in the middle of the center over there. They have cotton snowballs. They have tons of snowball fights in here, and we have cornhole in here as well. So it just kind of gets them to get out of the heat as well, and then we obviously have games in the warming net as well.
Okay, so I've seen lots of people post about this place. What about for the adults?
The adults is fun. Fridays and Saturday nights, 7 to midnight. We're open up 21 and up. No kids allowed, and this is when we pump up the music and get the drinks flowing, and we have a good time in here.
I'm sure people warm up with dancing.
Exactly.
All right, so you're part of the entertainment district. What else goes on around here?
The Talking State Entertainment District out here is amazing. So right here at Odyssey, we have Dolphinaires, where the dolphins are out over there on the other side of the courtyard. We have the Polar Play Ice Bar. We have Pangea, Land of the Dinosaurs. We have the aquarium. We have Butterfly Wonderland. So there's tons of stuff to do out here and tons of places to eat. So MG Fresh Concepts is across the row, as well as a few other restaurants up on the top level.
Wow, there is a lot of things to do out here. All right, well, thank you, Eddie. Imagine living in the desert in the summer and working with molten glass every day. I guess that's why they say an artist must suffer for their work. Take a look.
So we're a educational facility, and we provide glass for the community. So we're the only shop in downtown Phoenix right now that we offer classes about 5 days a week to the public. And then we also have pretty steadily do custom commissioned glass work for the area. It's so great. I come in here every morning and like all the toxins get out of my body. It's like you heat up, you sweat, you start a fresh day, and I feel like I get to come in and hang out every day. The steps that we took to just make some drinking glasses, it's a real basic form, but it allows us to use the majority of the tools that are regular tools in the shop. So we grabbed a blowpipe. I grabbed up a chunk of color, a little transparent solid chunk, melted that in, shaped it a little bit on the marver, which is a steel table. Then we added clear, so we walked over to the furnace and we did what's called gathering. So I grabbed a little bit of glass out of there, shaped up the glass a little bit while it was still warm, and blew some air into it. The method that I'm using when we're blowing the air into it is called blowing and capping. So I'm blowing into the pipe, capping my thumb over the end of the pipe. The air gets warm and expands, and the path of least resistance is the hot glass, and inflating the bubble a little bit. The last thing I did to shape up this bubble was to heat up the bottom surface and flatten the bottom. Andy then took the piece over and we started heating up the lip and opened up the lip to make a glass. We offer classes for the public. Everything's available online. If you go on to Circle 6's website, it has a complete listing of classes. Don't be fooled if it looks like it's booked 2 months out, because it really is booked 2 months out. We also do group events. So if you have a family or a group of friends or a work party you want to do that's 6 people or more, we shut down the studio. You get to handle some glass. Another thing we do is First Fridays. We invite a local brewery in. We do an event called Hot Glass Cold Beer, and people come in, they get a drinking glass, which they get to keep at the end of the night. They get to have a few beers from a local brewery. We provide some food and mostly entertainment. And so we have, so we'll blow glass for 3 hours. We'll do things that we normally don't do. We make it bigger, we make it light on fire, we throw glass across the room. It's pretty theatrical. It's date-friendly, family-friendly. Last thing, we have a gallery here. So if you need gifts, we have everything from $20 to $5,000 price range for handmade glassware.
Oh, Vanessa, here you go. I got us some hot cocoa.
Thank you, JR.
Woo.
Who knew hot cocoa would taste so good during the summer? And you can spike it for 21 and overnight.
I've never had drunk cocoa.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I really like? I really like the fur on the tables and the chairs.
Yeah, it really adds to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back from the Great White North right after these messages. Cheers. I can't move my lips. Welcome back to Vida. I'm the very cool Vanessa Ramirez.
And I'm a chill JR Cardenas.
And it's hotter than heck outside, but we're hanging out in 23 degrees at Polar Play. And JR, check out that sculpture. It's a penguin made all out of ice.
Oh yeah, right behind us is a beautiful polar bear as well.
Ooh, nice.
Pretty cool, huh? You know what else is cool?
What?
Bluegrass music, and it's cool to listen to, so we should probably be cool and do that.
All right, let's do it. I'm trying to stay warm in here. Woo!
Hi. My name is Mrs. Annie Beach, and I am the band leader and founder of the Jam-Packed Blues and Grass Neighborhood Band. And we're going to play our original song for you called Jam-Packed Blues. Back in 1994, I was trying to learn to play the mandolin. It was very difficult for me. And I was a substitute teacher here in Chandler in the schools. And I went up to Galveston, which is just a block away from us, the largest elementary school in Chandler. And everywhere I went, and up there, I took my mandolin so I could practice. The band has always been large. From almost the beginning. Soon it was 17, then 20. One time I had 35 performing members. And it's always stayed about 28. Many of them don't leave. The canjos, those came just about 6 weeks later. Somebody found a kit in the Woodworkers magazine, and I got it and built it, and so we built our first instruments. We play Marana, Tucson, Apache Junction, Flagstaff, and we go to California every year and we'll play on the boardwalk somewhere, or sometimes have a little concert, but mainly we do that just to go have fun. I grew up in a musical family, but I was the poorest of the poor. I wanted to just play outside. I never wanted to practice, and I definitely didn't do a string instrument. This is a home-based program. I would never take it anywhere else. Even as crowded as it is, it all works. I live in a multicultural neighborhood. This is about 96% Hispanic, but it's also a neighborhood where immigrants come from everywhere. The culture's coming together. I mean, it's the foundation of what I do. Because if we can all grow up together and learn to get along, and with all kinds of people, socioeconomic levels and all that, that we're going to be better people. Our Pride and Joy, 1988 Winnebago, and we get everybody in there, all the instruments, camping gear, believe it or not. This is my mission, my personal, and I can't even say I never would have thought of it. I wouldn't have thought of life in this, but I was always going to do something neighborhood-wise. And eventually I got to it when I was 50. Our jam-packed! Woo! Hey!
Hey, that's a great story, and I can't believe I'm saying this, Shara, but I think I need to warm up.
Oh, we should get some food. You want to get something to eat?
Yeah.
All right, they have good food here.
It'll only take us 10 minutes to unbundle.
Oh, you know what? You can unbundle faster with Giggle Blast. What? Ah, they have a bundle. Contour?
I've heard of it.
Faster internet.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to be right back.
Vida is brought to you in part by Mega 104.3 and 101.1 The Beat.
Welcome back to Vida. We're hanging out here at Polar Play, which is inside the Odyssey in the Desert Entertainment District, and we've been enjoying cooler temperatures.
Yeah, because it's a steaming 110 degrees outside, but there is too much of a good thing, so now we're warming up with some delicious food, and I have these miniature hot dogs with bacon on them.
That looks delicious. I'm actually having sliders, the barbecue ones, which look amazing, and we are here at the warming hut, where they have video games and a really nice, warm little fireplace.
That seems weird.
In a good way.
Yeah, it's 110 degrees outside.
Yeah. Vanessa, can you pass me the salt?
Salt Cellar opened in January of 1971. And then 37 years ago, my wife and I purchased it and took it into a fresh seafood theme. So we kind of do the New England style fresh seafood, and we've been doing that for 37 years. When you come in and down the front door, we try and take you to, say, a New England fish shack kind of atmosphere. The barnwood that you see coming in and in the entryway, that's all out of a mule barn in Missouri. That's a 100-year-old oak wood that we salvaged from an old mule barn, brought it down here. The glass is all made by a local gentleman, actually. We decided we needed a little more partition between the bar and the dining rooms, so we found a guy that would sandblast and cut all of this glass for us. Saves us a little bit on utilities being underground. It's very unusual. It's just kind of neat. It's not something you see a lot of in Arizona. We always have the Alaskan king crab. We have Maine lobsters we serve every night. We have 2 different sizes. Right now the Alaskan halibut season is running. So we've got Alaskan halibut as well as the halibut cheeks, which is a great dish. Majority of my seafood is bought off the East Coast out of the Boston, the Georges Banks, that Gulf of Maine area. Then we also buy off the West Coast, Alaska, and we bring in some from overseas. We run an early happy hour between 4 and 7, and then 10 to close. And we discount all the appetizers, all the seafood appetizers that we serve in the bar, and our well drinks.
Every November, we put on a congenital heart walk for children and adults. The Salt Cellar is very involved in it. I've been running it for 9 years now. The money we raise goes to research and medical advances and pharmaceutical devices, and it is why so many of these children are thriving. It makes me feel wonderful and giving back to the community that has surrounded us for the 37 years we've owned this restaurant. We have an opportunity to give back.
You're going to get that New England seafood experience from the minute you walk in. It's very warm and cozy. You're going to escape what's going on in the rest of Arizona, what's going on upstairs. You can go to our website, it's saltcellarrestaurant.com, and it'll have the seasonal specials, our regular menu, what's going on in our bar and happy hours, it's all right there. You can also, there's a link to make reservations. We spend a lot of money procuring our product. We want you to taste the seafood the way it should taste on the plate. The natural sea salt, that's all we use. So we really promote high-end, high-quality seafood. You'll have the best seafood you've ever experienced right here.
Vanessa, where would we be without salt?
Well, it was once one of the most valuable things on earth. Roman soldiers were paid in salt.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're so smart. Not.
Dang it, JR.
You know, concrete today is almost as valuable as salt once was. In fact, artists are finding creative ways to create masterpieces. You should check this out. 2 out of 3?
Yes.
My name's Brandon Boeto, and I started Slab House Concrete Design Studio in 2014. Slab House is a decorative concrete studio, which we specialize in items such as sinks, countertops, lighting, more high-end products for the home. All this started because I used to frequent design blogs for architecture, furniture, vehicles. So I actually saw a picture of a sink online and really just fell in love with the sink, but had no idea it was made out of concrete until I did more research and was blown away by what the possibilities were. So I found out that the guy who made that sink lived in Arizona and taught classes. I took one of his classes, and this was a hobby for years. And then I actually got laid off, and that was the turning point. It was actually the second day after getting laid off that I had a client call me, and it was a friend's sister, and give me a substantial job that helped float me for at least a couple months. So I kind of knew right then that I was going to give it 110% and see if I can make this happen. There are always going to be struggles in business, but the fact that you can get up every day and come to work with a smile on your face is so much more rewarding than sitting at a desk job and making substantially more money than you possibly could be running your own company for the first couple years, but having that belief that the payoff in the long run is going to be tremendous, and you just keep going forward. So the concrete that we do has been highly developed over years of training. It's nothing that you can just buy off the shelf and do yourself. There's so many little nuances that have to be learned through failure and experimenting, and that's why we feel we're on the top of our game after doing this for the last 8 years. We've done everything from custom tiles to custom bench seating, planters, lighting features. Really, we kind of like pushing the boundaries with designers and maybe making products that they necessarily wouldn't think could even be made out of concrete. My background was in graphic design, so I have that creative side, which really helps with dealing with architects and designers. So I understand color theory and what is really going to help fit a space well. We can get really creative with it as far as placing inlays in the concrete or doing, glass terrazzo look, custom colors. There's really limitless options when it comes to concrete, and that's why it's really picking up steam in the home.
Well, all great things must come to an end, Vanessa, and it's time for us to leave Polar Play and face what awaits us outside.
Yes, we want to thank Polar Play for hosting us today. We had some delicious food, played some games, and hung out in some cooler temperatures.
Oh, yeah.
So that does it for us. We'll see you on the next
Vida.
Are you sure you want to wear that jacket outside?
I'll be okay. It's only a short walk. Ooh.
Oh, that heat.
Let's hang out another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Woo.